All right, all right, all right. Hello, Gun Nation. How's everyone doing this evening? We will do a quick roll call and get into it here in just a second. I've got some information, and Lynn Holt was first. Hello, Lynn. We got Gregory Blevins from Ohio. Maikai is helping out his nephew be late. Dennis Buckner, and we will answer that question also, Dennis Buckner. That's what I have in my notes. Let's see here. Ranger 10, CZ Shadow 2. Pistol Pete and Pistol Pete, or excuse me, Ranger 10 got his hands on an Acro P2, put it on his X10, loving it. Thanks for the video on it. Yeah, I mean it's an awesome dot. I'm still loving mine too. Hello, reloading from the hot pot. How are you, sir? Let's see here. Where did that question go? Oh, Dennis, yes, on the red wave. Yeah, that's I mean, I've been through this a long time. Y'all probably have too, but I don't count my chickens till they hatch, especially with a bunch of weird stuff going on. Y'all probably saw, in certain counties, they ran out of ballots and then, machines were breaking and all this other crap. I even heard from some of my subscribers in California that they went in to vote, had their driver's license and passports and everything ready, and they didn't even ask for them. So, because in Texas, I go in to vote. They ask me for an ID. I always show my LTC, that is a approved form. That just kind of I want to show my 2A, and that's the way I do it. Every time I vote, I use my LTC, and they verify it, run it through a scanner. Ours are scanned, and then we're given our ballot, and we go vote, and then we put it in the machine ourselves. So all this, oh, we'll put it in lock boxes and we'll check it afterwards, and because our machines are down, I'm just like, yeah, it just drives me crazy. We've been doing this shit forever. There's major countries who do just voting and people officially count it manually, and their stuff seems to work pretty well. But yet we've got all these damn machines. I don't know. I'm not trying to be that guy. It's just, it is what it is. Let's see here. Let me catch back up. I hope the voters enjoy their high prices at the grocery store, gas pump, deflated stocks, retirement accounts. They're just plain stupid. I mean, I agree. Yeah, 401k is horrible. I mean, gas prices, grocery store, just like what you said, it's horrible. Hello, KO4S4. We've got Denton. How are you, sir? Hello, Scott, Lake Ozark guy. Abigail. I'm in Pennsylvania. We got a deadbeat who's looks homeless. Yeah, man, that Federline guy. Whoo! I mean, he, I understand he had a stroke, but golly, I mean, I'm like, man, almost looks like a zombie. Oh, here we go. No ID needed to vote in New York. That's why we were screwed. Man, that is sad. And there's a bunch of illegals and stuff, that are there. Yeah, it's wow, wow, wow. Yeah, I've said that over time. I mean, we're almost purple, but Abbott pulled it out again, and so that is three strikes for Francis. So he is 0-3. So hopefully he'll get the hint and just get the hell out of Dodge. Also, I'm glad they got rid of Stacey Abrams in Georgia, kicked her ass to the curb. You know, yeah, I mean, I will say that Brian DeSantis destroyed it. I mean, him and Rubio tore it up. So, I mean, man, man, man. Hello, Chris. How are you? I completely get it, Abigail. I have said the same thing. I'm just like, man, what is going on? What do we have to do? It's just like, oh boy. I mean, it's almost like you want them to just have a cage fight, and whoever wins, wins, and so be it. Cheers, everyone. We have got a little noteworthy this evening. A little noteworthy whiskey if you never had it. It's very reasonably priced, and it's actually very good. Dennis, I actually said that, gosh, like a year ago. Um, Nothing against the T-man. It's just with all the hoopla and everything that's been stirred up, I'm telling you, I think DeSantis would do very, very well. Abigail's going to be president. I mean, we've got a sock puppet there now. All right. I did want to ask, did anybody and does anybody care or did anybody see the new Smith and Wesson micro gun called the Equalizer? It's kind of like a cross between the Shield Plus and the Easy. So when it is optics ready, I don't know if anybody's interested or wants it. It's 15 plus one. I think it comes with three different mags, like a 10, a 12, and a 15. Again, it is optic ready for a micro dot, and they're like $4.99 at Grab a Gun. They already have them in stock. You can get them with the thumb safety or without a thumb safety, but they do have a grip safety, kind of like the EZs did. So I don't know if anybody's interested. What's your thoughts on it? Yay, nay, whatever. You know, I don't really have a. I don't really have a dog in that fight or anything. I just think, if more people want it, because if you look at some of the micros, such as the Sig X Micro, that thing's $7.99, $8.20 at some places. The Hellcat is, or the Hellcat Pro is like $5.24. I've seen them for that. So this is coming in, and granted, it holds the same amount as the Hellcat Pro, but it's coming in cheaper, and that's that's what they're selling it for, is $4.99. I don't know what the MSRP is, but and it does take Shield Plus mags. So if somebody is already vested in Shield Plus mags, it already takes that. So I mean, it is what it is. So they announced the winner of the governor's and Senate race in South Carolina at 7:10. Our votes were counted at the dog catchers level before 8 in every city. It's not hard to do. Yeah, and all this like Arizona dragging it out and all this other stuff. And I understand Herschel Walker's going to have they're going to have a runoff, but all this stuff of dragging out votes, saying, "Oh, we'll have it by Saturday," and oh, by the way, we had another 50,000 votes dropped off that we still have to count. It's like, really? Where were those? Did we find them in one of those bins again? I don't know. And I agree with you. Reloading from the hot pot, it's basically, to me, the gun kind of looks like they had some Shield EZ parts left over and like just a bunch of random parts left over, and they built a gun out of it. So, not saying it's bad. I don't know. I don't, like I said, I would never buy one anyway. Call it a damn gun. Yep. Yeah, in Texas we were rocking that too. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand this. Oh, we have to wait. We're so busy. Texas is one of the biggest damn states out there, and there's many other states, but we have to wait for California and Arizona and all this other crap in Nevada. I don't get it. All right. Didn't see it, but I'm not buying any new releases and definitely no micro stuff. I'm XL hands. My RMR plate for Prodigy got delayed till December. That's not good. Just got the X Macro grip module for my 365 Spectre comp, and that is the shit. Hello, Marshall. How are you? He says, "I don't think you'll ever see a fair election in this country. We're becoming a banana republic." There's some truth to that. Hello, Gun Snob. How are you? That's what I was talking about, Dennis. They're delayed. It's too close to count right now. uh, what about the Powerball delay? Heard the numbers were in Hunter's laptop. There's probably all kinds of stuff in that. Found votes, yes. All right, and then this was my other question, and this is a question I have. We've all been through or we've seen these different fads come along. And I'm not saying it's a fad, but you know what I mean, a trend. So, the trend now is micro guns. That's the big trend, micro guns. It's not a compact. It has to be, a quarter inch slimmer in the slide or whatever, or half inch or whatever it might be on a particular gun. And those are micro. So now everybody's buying micro. So that's the trend now. What's the trend going to be like in 3 months? Is it still going to be micro? Are people going to go back to compacts? People going to go back to full size? I mean, I don't think the micros are going anywhere. But I've already, talked to a lot of people that I know that were kind of on the micro train, and they're already going back to compacts. Not every one of them, just some of them. Some of them are big hand guys like me. Some of them are medium hands, but they still like a compact better, just for more controllability. Not saying they can't control a micro. It's just feels more like a battle weapon, I guess is what you want to say, or what they're going to say. But I just want to know what, y'all think about that. Not making fun of a micro if that's what you carry. I'm not hating on anybody. I just wondered what your thoughts on that. The trend should be full auto. Yeah. Also, I want to ask y'all this. I got some packages in, uh, and I talked to these companies, and I'm thinking about doing a giveaway. These would be separate giveaways if y'all are interested in it. If not, but I have one of them opened here. I thought y'all would show y'all some if you're interested in seeing it. And then I've got one that I haven't even opened it. I know what it is, but I haven't even opened it and want to see if y'all want to see what's in it. And I can do it live on the air. If you're interested, I don't really do like, hey, let's open a box. I mean, I've done it before. Some people kind of get bored with it. But I've got another one that's going to be coming too, and I can do a box opening on it if y'all want to see it. But let me know if you do. And if you don't want me to open this one on the air, I won't. Bald is interested in a giveaway if he's the recipient. Winter is hitting here in Indiana tomorrow, full size because of the clothes for concealment. Yeah, and a lot of people do that. They'll go with seasonal when it is a bigger, like it's colder or whatever. They'll wear a jacket and then they'll wear like outside waistband. Um, I mean, I try to stay with, the same size of gun no matter what it is. Just do the hand size. You all know that. AW says metal frame strikers. And we've seen, some of that happening here recently, and I think we will see more of that. Hey, Floridian, how are you? What's in the box? I used to do those back in the day. I would actually title it "What's in the Box." Some people loved it, some people hated it. They're like, just show us, damn it. Don't open the box. I'm only comfortable shooting a micro out to about 12 yards. I'm comfortable with a slightly larger gun, like the 365 XL out to 15 to 20 yards. I gotcha. 365 XL is a micro gun to me. And that's the thing. People are calling micros and, really small 365s, they're calling those micros. So I don't really know what the official name is for micros anymore. I'm assuming I would kind of consider, I mean, the 365 X macro. It's still it's still a micro to me. It just now it has a bigger grip, but you know, and that's the thing. Also, people, they're like, "Oh God, these guns are so hard to conceal and stuff like that." Because like really long slides and things like that. Some people are like, "Oh, they're hard to conceal." Well, that part's going to be down your pants. It's really the grip that comes into play. But if you have the right holster with and this is why I really recommend them, but if you have a wedge and a claw, the claw actually pushes the grip into your body so it doesn't just hang out like that. And then the wedge actually takes the whole holster and kind of tilts the gun into you so it's not just flopping around. But and a lot of people really don't have a lot of experience with this, but really small guns, when you buy a really small holster, there's not enough length. That's why Harry and other holster companies will add another half inch even to really short barreled guns, because you want to use the pelvic kind of tilt to press on that to keep the gun against your body. Otherwise, if it's not lengthened, that thing just flops out. I don't care how skinny you are, if you've got a six pack or whatever, it's better to have a longer barrel on your holster. Bald and Curious. Hello, LZ USA. How are you? Y'all want to see what I got? Okay. Micro is anything you can put all three fingers on the grip. Yeah. Let's see here. Hang on. Oh, trees a blowing. Just won your giveaway from Miss Hotshot. That's awesome. 5-inch barrels are really nice. Big people and animals are fatter in the winter. Big guns, big rounds. I'm swapping to 10 millimeter. Hey, I'll always say, man, do what you do. Rock what you want to rock. All right. I'll go ahead and show some of these goodies. Lock actually has some new items for lock grips, so I will show them here. As a matter of fact, they even have new packaging, so this is really nice. But everybody has seen my Palm Swell aggressive brass grips. Now they actually have them in aluminum. So it still has the super aggressive texture, which is really nice. I showed pictures on it on my community tab if you want to look at it. But these are super aggressive. But they're not as heavy as the brass, but they're heavier than plastic or the regular G10. So it's kind of a good in between. I've already been playing with it, dry firing with the other one that it's on, and they're really nice. Also, they came out with some base plates. These are only +1s, but they do have new base plates for the Shadow 2s. They do have a new magwell for the Shadow 2. They had it in brass. Now they actually have it in aluminum also. If you look at the community tab, you will see the picture of it on there. And there's their orange. It's almost kind of like a burnt orange, which is kind of cool. And there's the burnt orange grip. And that is the aggressive aluminum. And they have my favorite now. Y'all know, and I'm not hating on anybody, I just despise stickers. I hate stickers. I don't like them. I know other people like them. I don't stick them on my safe. I don't stick stickers anywhere. Matter of fact, I just took like 4 huge bags of stickers up to Texas Gun Experience and gave them to all those guys. Anyway, Lock Grips now has patches. So they've got these really nice patches. They've got those. They have, where's it? Oh, here it is. It fell out. They have these. I love patches. I just don't like stickers. And then, of course, for their stands, they've got these. So those are your pistol holders. And check this out. I finally got them to do some. And now they can do them for you. They haven't put them up on the website yet, but y'all have all seen my pistol stands. Check this out. Come and take it, baby. They're laser etched. So that is not a sticker. It's actually laser etched on there. And this is the powder coated aluminum. I better eat my Wheaties for this one. This is all brass. This bad boy is heavy duty. And I've got another brass one, but check this out. BJGG, and it is laser etched in there. So it's not a sticker. So I finally told them, I said, if you do some, like, think about this. for the guy who has everything, or your dad or your husband or whomever. Now you could actually get it with their name put on there, etched on there. You could get it with the kids' names etched on there if you want. Um, check that out. Now they have the dump trays. I've had this orange one for a while. That orange one's not new, and I actually use them. So I put my wallet and stuff like that in them. And a lot of people don't like orange, so I think you'll actually really like this one. Check this one out. Carbon fiber. I have been working with lock grips for over 5 years now. I was buying their products way back when and promoting them, and I love their products. And I've given them ideas for even new products, and they've actually came to fruition with those. I've actually even pitched some other ideas to them. They're trying to see what they can do to make those work. But the laser etching is awesome. I mean, it's deep in there. It's not going to come off. But anyway, I think they look badass. And y'all have seen these other ones. I've got these too. I mean, I've got a bunch of these stands, and I use them. Here's an orange G10. This one's awesome also. But those brass ones are serious. Those suckers are solid, solid brass. Hello, Matt Moore. How are you? Yeah, and what's really cool about the what's really cool, Bald is saying I got the lock grips panels and straps on my alien freaking gun is 3 pounds 2 ounces. Yeah, I've shot your gun. I shot your gun before you bought it. It's an awesome gun, and I shot it with those grips on it, and I do like it. It's very heavy, but that's like my Shadow 2 with the all brass grips. It's a heavy boy. Those brass grips are 9 ounces just by themselves. But yeah, I mean, if you really want to weight your gun down, those brass grips will definitely do it. And they feel really good. Like I said, they're not making the non-aggressive anymore. I tried the non-aggressive. Personally, I didn't care for them. It was great to have the weight, but I like DNA takers, and uh, I didn't think that the non-aggressive ones. I mean, I noticed when I shot a lot, not that I had recoil because I'm not recoil sensitive, but with sweat, stuff like that, I did get some movement with it with these aggressive ones. And the aggressive ones won't hurt you. Don't think you're going to have blood pouring out of you. But I just told them you need to drop the non-aggressive and stay with the aggressive, and that's what they did. So they only use the aggressive now, but they won't hurt you. But I mean, I could even have a more aggressive, but they feel really good in the hand. And these feel nice too, but I prefer the palm swells. I don't like the flats. Like the factory CZ aluminum ones. I don't care for those at all. They're just way too thin. And the palm swell, it doesn't really matter if you have small hands, medium hands, or large hands, or XXL hands. I mean, I've had multiple people try the CZs with like the regular flat grips and then the palm swells. And I'll just say, put your hand on this one, shoot it a couple times if you want. Put your hand on this one, shoot it a couple times if you want. Which one do you prefer? Even medium hand people are like the palm swell because it fills up. When you're squeezing it, you still, if you look at your hand, you still have a pocket right here. Doesn't matter, when you're squeezing a gun, and it actually helps fill up that pocket no matter what your hand size is. I weighed my Tanfo and it's 55.6 ounces unloaded with the lock brass grips. Yeah, I've got the Tanfo stock too, and I have the brass grips on it. Hello, Russ Dennis. How are you? The other one. Here's the other package. Hasn't even been opened. So it's all taped up and everything. We'll take out, I'm just going to use my cheapy knife. I have I don't know, I think I have 10 of these. These are those cheap ass SOGs. One time Walmart, I don't know, 4 years ago was having a clearance on this particular one, and they had them for like $2. So they had like 10 or 12 on the shelf, and I just bought all of them. And I've given some to people. Have some that I throw in the truck. I put them in roadside kits in my wife's car and all that stuff, just so we have blades whenever we need them. It's a decent knife. It doesn't stay sharp very long, even with the serrations. I've dulled them out pretty damn quick. Yep, I know. In our neighborhood, they did the same thing. I'm like, yes. Big J, any movement on the job search? Tough time of the year because of the holidays and companies having hiring or hurt freezes until the end of the first quarter. I mean, I've got like a small thing lined up. I don't want to talk about it yet. It's something to kind of fill the gap because you're exactly right. And I've said this before. Uh, major companies, with their fourth quarter budgets, they don't have the money right this second, because they haven't accounted for it in the fourth quarter. So they have to wait till the first quarter hits. But, I've already got some, hey, we'll definitely check back with us after the first. They want me, all that other stuff, but, it is what it is. I mean, it sucks. Like I said, I'm probably going to take something that I have lined up just to kind of fill the gap for a little while. A company did reach out to me today. I talked to them, so knock on wood. Um, if I'm blessed, it might come through, but I just don't want to count my chickens anymore until they hatch. I did have a verbal back a while ago. It was pretty much guaranteed, but because I have an NDA, the CEO had to look at it one more time, and he looked at it and was scared. Even after the legal department had cleared me twice, he was just scared. So it is what it is. So I got declined on that one due to him. But with corporate and NDAs and all of that stuff, if y'all ever been through them, they can be pretty crazy. So, uh, bu- 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 Big J, what do you think about the new Super Duty diesel, 1,200 foot-pounds with high output engine? I mean, Super Duty's no joke. They everything has its hit and miss, but I know they're a pretty penny. But yeah, I mean, if that's something you're into, grab it up. Yes, it is. It is a right to work state. However, this company was not in Texas, um, and I guess you could consider it a competitor. One of their umbrella groups was a competitor, so that's kind of where it fell into. And yeah, you could look at. I mean, like if they would have hired me and something would have came down, I would have won. But some of them just to not rock the boat in the industry, they just don't want to take the chance. So that's what I run into. Yeah, and they don't really have a lot of teeth in Texas. It's just a company could badmouth another company for bringing someone on, and that's what they don't want is their name tarnished. So that happens. Yeah, NDAs are. I mean, I have signed them. I've signed NDAs for with gosh, my last hell, I've been signing NDAs since I was 25, 26. Regular jobs don't require them, but some do. What the hell is this? Oh boy, we got some spam crap here. I tried to blast them. I've been getting so much of that spam crap. Also, if you see that cheesy giveaway, it's like do this and do that. Text me at this number. That's not me. I hope y'all know that. Yeah, I launched them, but another one might come back. I know I do need to throw some wrenches out there. Okay, here's the other one. Let me just make sure that there's no anything in here. Well, yeah, there's no paperwork in here. Um, okay, I don't know if y'all remember. Sorry, I'm trying to put this down. I don't know if y'all remember. I found a charging handle that I really, really like, and it's very economical. It's not crazy priced, and it is called, and I did videos on it before, but it is called Breek Arms, Breek Arms. They sell uppers, charging handles, all this other stuff. Well, I really like their charging handles a lot. They have ones that are really large for big handed people. You can watch the video. But what they've done for my subscribers is, since I like their products, I've beat the crap out of that one that I have. Um, they actually are giving y'all a discount code now. I don't make anything on it, but it is BJGG10. If you go to Breek Arms, anything they sell on their site, you can use capital BJGG10. It'll save you 10% off. And you can order uppers, you can order charging handles, flash hiders, whatever you want. But what I'm going to be doing, and I actually, spoke with them, I am going to be probably doing a giveaway here. Great. They sent me a bunch of damn stickers. I asked for some patches, but they didn't have any yet. So, and they sent some shirts. I'll probably be giving away one of these shirts. It might not be the right size. I don't know. And I'll give away all these damn stickers and they're in your whoever gets its package. But I told them, I said, you know what? I want to do a giveaway. It's coming up Christmas time, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, cool, we want to participate. So I said, good. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Let's see here. Make sure I'm showing the right ones. Let me put all this crap back in there and I'll move this out of the way. But the cool thing about their charging handles, they are truly ambidextrous. And I'll show this one. Okay, you can see how large these finger things are. They're actually extended. Well, what they came out with is they actually came out with a new micro. Because a lot of people might not need the big handled ones. So they actually came out with a micro version, which is similar to like the Radian arms and things like that. These are all made in the United States. So they are all US made. That's a good thing. It's billet 7075 T6 aluminum and lifetime warranty. So, and like I said, I have beat the piss out of mine. I've grabbed it, I've yanked on it, I even dropped it to see if I bend it because I have bent mil-spec charging handles. Don't think you can't. I've ripped them, and when I ripped them, it tweaks the head. So I have bent them, and then they won't go back in the damn rifle. So I always carry an extra one in my bag if I'm using some cheap shit. And the cool thing, they have a ledge here on the back. Right there, there's an indentation for your suppressor to divert gas. And then right there, it's hard to see because they're in the package, but I don't want to open them because I'm going to give them away. But see that little groove right there? That's actually to guide the gas. If you're shooting suppressed, it actually guides the gas away from your face. So, I'm right-handed, so it actually takes the gas and pushes it out that way. So, these things are pretty awesome. I really do like them. But anyway, it's Breek Arms, BREEK Arms, and you can use BJGG10 to save 10% off anything they sell if you want. But I am going to be doing a giveaway, so just be prepared. I'm not going to announce it. That's why I'm doing it on the chat, because I'm not going to announce it yet because I don't want a bunch of giveaway. Y'all know what I call them. It starts with a W. I'm not going to, I don't want the giveaway hoers coming over and just subscribing to me just to try to win something. So I want to keep it within the family. The only thing you're going to have to do is make sure you're subscribed to me and just go over and check out their website and just, subscribe to their email if you want. So that's all I'm going to do. I think their charging handles are only like $49, but I'm not joking around. I've got Radians. I did a video where I show all these high-end are high priced. I guess I should say they're good quality charging handles. I've got Fortis, I've got Radians. I mean, I've got every charging handle known to man. And for the price on these things, you can't beat them. I mean, you really can't. So, and I've got some that are like that freaking thick and they're solid forged. That's what the Fortis are. I'm not saying they're bad, but also, ounces equals pounds, pounds equals heavy. So if you're trying to keep a really light rifle, that's a good thing about these. They don't weigh a lot, but they're very strong. You can't twist them apart. Here we go. Marshall saying, I just picked up a Break Arms charging handle, and I agree with you. It is very nice. Yeah. When I started playing with them and really testing them, I was like, hey, that's a really nice charging handle. And then I started shooting it even more and more and more and more. And, I think they're a great product for the price. And I honestly, I don't really like, like a lot of the budget stuff. I'm not saying budget stuff is bad, but I have broke a lot of budget stuff. And I don't consider these budget because you're getting the good aluminum and the lifetime warranty. And I'll show you those ones that I have that I've been running. I've got 2 of them and I've beat the piss out of them. I mean, they're not babied. They're scratched up. They're beat up. Let's see here. What firearm are you asking Santa to bring you for Christmas? Honestly, Matt, there's nothing that's super exciting to me. I mean, I've thought about that and I'm like, okay, is there anything I need? And honestly, there's not. I built a rifle that y'all haven't even seen yet. So I have another rifle that I had a bunch of parts. I think I talked about it on a chat. I had a whole box of parts here. And that rifle's completed. I've already shot it and everything. So I'll have a video on it soon. The video just shows what it is now. I don't even have I have a scope for it. I don't have a cantilever mount yet. I checked it and shot it for functions. So I shot 55 grain, 62 grain, and that was it. I think like 2.5 mags to check for function. And I show where it's hitting, where it's actually tapping on the deflector and everything, so you can see all that. But yeah, it's a gun you haven't even seen yet, a rifle. Big J, do you really like big things? Um, I don't know. One thing, it's really weird. One thing I don't like that's real big are some of the hand guards. I don't like a big, huge, round hand guard. And it's not that anything's wrong with them. I can grip them fine. However, I really like to really crank down. So I like actually a skinny hand guard, so I can get a really good C clamp on it. You'll see that in some videos because when I really wrap my hand around it, I don't have my thumb sticking up. On some of them, the bigger ones, I'll have my thumb sticking up so it gets in the way of the scopes or the prism scope or the optic. So I really like to wrap my hand over and kind of clamp it down. Just works better for me. So that's kind of what I do. Congratulations on the 75,000 subscribers. I'm not doing it to gain more subscribers. I just don't want to give it, I don't want to give it to a giveaway, W. I know we have ladies on here and I don't want to be rude. Shadow 3 compact and a DWX full size. I don't know if they're ever going to come out with that DWX. Let me catch back up here. Hello, Vanessa Kitty. How are you? Anyone else notice the difference in different super glues? Oh, they're probably trying to be environmentally friendly. And what's really funny, I don't know if you saw the people that were gluing their hands to the walls, for the art, where they were throwing soup on it and then grabbing super glue and putting it all over their hands and sticking it to the wall because they're trying to be away from fossil fuels. Those idiots don't even know that there's oil in super glue. That's how dumb they are. There is oil in super glue. And there is oil in the shoes they're wearing. There is oil in the clothes they're wearing. There is oil in everything. That's just how stupid these people are. Yeah, and there's koozies in here too. So whenever I do the giveaway, I'll send koozie. I'll send out some koozies and all that stuff. They sent a couple of koozies in here. I'm not a big koozie guy either. You shouldn't have to hold on to it too long before it gets hot. Just drink that shit. Dremels can fix anything. All right, let's see here. I know you do, Channel Cat. That's what I was talking about. These are those knives that we got for like $2 or something. I got like 12 of them. I mean, they're okay. They're just not super awesome quality. I've broken a couple of them. The ones I have, I broke the tip off, and I wasn't even prying with it. I just snapped the tip on one of them. And you're going to get some play in some of them because I use my shit. I mean, this one's had the hell beat out of it. Like I said, it's dull as hell, and if you look at it, you can see I've only been cutting like boxes and tape and shit like that. So I'm sure it needs to be sharpened. But for $2, I'd spend more to sharpen them. I mean, I can do it myself, but you guys like gas pedals on your competition pistols? I've ran them. I mean, I've got a couple on some pistols. It doesn't really matter to me. I could take it or leave it. I don't think it's a must-have. Again, I'm not super recoil sensitive. Some people could be, or if you have smaller hands, that does give you a little more leverage there. But when you shoot 2011s, you can use the manual safety at the back and just have your thumb on it, to ride it, and kind of act the same way. But it's whatever you like. Like I said, there's no wrong or right answer. Yeah, the only things on a lot of the out the front knives is you get gunk in them and stuff like that, and you have to take them apart and oil them and stuff. I used to have a lot of out the front knives, and they weren't Microtex. They were some of the higher brand ones. I think I've got a bench made somewhere out the front knife. Um, and just over time, like God, I had that thing for like I don't know 5 years and had dirt and muck in it and everything, and they had to pull it apart and clean it and oil it and just do normal maintenance on it. Hello, Clyde. How are you? Do you like any particular paper target style? Honestly, and people know this about me, I really love paper plates. Um, because if you get the small, cheap Walmart paper plates, they're like you can get a pack of like 300 for like $6, and the paper plate is like the size of an A zone on a USPSA target. So just the cheap small ones. Don't get the big old dinner plate ones. Just the cheap ass small ones. The stuff you'd never carry food on, basically, because they're so cheap. But I really love, and people have made fun of me about it forever. But I kind of look at it this way. If you take a paper plate, stick it on your face, I can open up my hand, and that's how big the paper plates are. So I kind of look at it like this. If I had to hit somebody here or here, it kind of gives me an average. So if I can shoot and keep it all on a paper plate at like 15 yards really fast, I'm good. That's just the way I look at it. So paper targets are good. These are those shooting C's. You can get a roll of them, of like 200 of them on Amazon. And these are, I think, 2-inch targets. You can get them on Amazon for like $15. And I've got these, and I have them in green also. These are cool. Sometimes I'll just stick them in the center of the paper plate, and it kind of gives you that shoot and see feedback. Um, whatever works for you. I do like threat cadres. If you're going to buy paper targets and invest in them, I really like threat cadres a lot. He's got some speed targets and stuff like that, and drill targets. Also, you can go on some websites. I even have them. I'll just show you real quick a trick I do on my iPhone. In my iBooks, I'll show you. I'm probably one of the only weirdos that do this. I actually have these downloaded. I can print them off on a piece of paper. That is Aaron Cowan's dot drill, or that's his free target that he has. You can go on his website and download it. But basically, you put it at 10 yards, and it's a recoil diagnostic. So as you're recoiling, the gun goes up between the lines, and you're shooting at this dot right here. And all of your shots, if you don't hit that dot, all of your shots should stay within that line. If you're going left or right, that's because you have a shitty grip. And then I've got this one, and this is TC targets. I don't know how well you can see it. There's that one. So you can print these off on a sheet of notebook paper, and I have them on PDF. So wherever I am, I can print them off, or I can print them off at home, just Bluetooth, and take them to the range with me. Here is Threat Cadres, his triangles. So I can print any of these off. Here is another one. Oh, where did it go? There's another one. So I keep them all on, and focal shift drills is like you could have a buddy with you and he could say 1L and you have to shoot 1L real quick. He could say 3K, you've got to go down and shoot 3K. 2F, you have to shoot 2F. So, they can just call out that drill while you're shooting it. So I just download them on my phone. And here's some other ones. They're dot tortures. I do those. And these are free. I don't have to pay for them. And then, of course, your good old B8s. You can't go wrong with B8s. But I can download these. And what's really funny is I would go to my buddy's shops or big locations, and I would just shoot them to their printer and print out like 20 of them. And I didn't have to pay to make copies either. They didn't care. Okay, this is a great question. Thoughts on side charging ARs? Do they hold up, reliable enough, or GTW ready? I would not use it. AKs are a whole different animal. Side charging ARs, unless you have extended charging handles. The thing that I don't like about them, and some of them you can move them left to right, such as like CZs, Scorpions, and stuff like that. I'm just not a big fan of them. I've shot a bunch of them. I've even shot the AR side charging handle. I forget the name of it. It was one of those custom ones. I just wasn't a big fan of it, and it's probably because I didn't spend enough time with it, and that kind of changes my manual of arms, so to say. If you're used to it and it works for you, do it. I'm just so used to the other ones because my AR-15s, 300 blackouts, which is the same basically. AR-10s, all of that are all set up for regular charging handles. So it's kind of like going from that to a bullpup kind of in a way. And I just don't really like changing my manual of arms. That's just my personal opinion. But, whatever works for you. Yes, it is hard to find a holster that works well with the gas pedals. I like shooting steel. I agree with you. I do too. For distance, I like shooting steel. If I'm trying to shoot, I'm not a bullseye shooter anymore. I'm never claimed to be. Um, it does help, especially when you're sighting in something. It really helps to have paper targets because you can really fine tune it. Like 2 clicks this way, 2 clicks up, blah blah blah. But it's just whatever works for you. I can't bring steel into Texas Gun Experience, so. Yeah, and I'm not knocking aside charging upper. It's just I kind of want to keep all my rifles the same, just so I don't have that one oddball, so to say. Yeah, Bokers are nice. Boker knives are nice. Yeah, these little tubes of things were turned on to me by Rabbi Jesus. He said, "Hey man, you ought to try those out. Aim small, shoot small," and I actually like them. And you can tear them long ways and just throw them in your range bag, or that little tube just fits right down in my range bag too. I like that they have it in a small tube. But I just love paper plates. I know people make fun of me, but I don't give two shits. Y'all know that. Yeah, Texas Gun Experience has the high point yeet cannons in stock too. Yeah, Texas Gun Experience has them with a threaded barrel. I'm just like, whatever. Have a good one reloading. I appreciate it, man. Big J grips his pistols like an anaconda restricts its prey. Yeah, I did that staccato CS, and that video is done very well. So thank y'all very much. But I had my hands just folded all around it and was shooting it, and people were like, "Holy crap, that gun looks like it's tiny in your hands." And I'm like, "Well, it's kind of not, but I just have big hands." But I had a ton of comments saying, "Man, is that like that small?" I'm like, "No, it's just I have big hands." Here we go. Rich is saying Staccato had a demo day at his local range on Saturday. Had a chance to shoot all their models. First time shooting a 2011 and a Staccato. All I can say is wow. Todd Jarrett, Todd Jarrett was great. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, I've always loved 1911s. Y'all know that. 2011s, I just have a big affection for them. So it's really taken off with me. And it's hard. I don't want to say it's hard. It's just, like I've talked about. Started with a 1911. It was my very first pistol I shot. Oh, well, I'll take that back. I had shot revolvers. Or no, I'll take that back. I was 7 years old. I shot my grandfather's Colt 45. So that was my first time. And then I had shot revolvers. I mean, I was shooting even before Glocks were invented. Y'all remember I'm old. But it's like that circle. You start at 1911s and then you go and try all these other ones and you go back to 1911, 2011s. It's just, they're just in my DNA. I mean, I just really, really love them. Let's see here. Do you ever run a law folder on your ARs? No, I really don't. Not saying there's anything wrong with them. They've got the little plug that goes in there. If you ever had to shoot it folded, you get one shot and then it won't cycle. Sometimes you can't even shoot it because it'll blow that plug out of it. Not saying there's anything wrong with them. I just don't have all that much experience with them. I mean, I've shot with them before, they weren't mine. But I definitely love to fold everything up and try to keep it concealed. Um, that's why I like the Jackal and some other things came out so you don't have to deal with the buffer tube. But when you're dealing with it, that is a quick way to fold it up and just pop it and you're good to go. Um, but I just don't have any of them personally, so I don't really want to speak out of my ass. I've shot them, I like them, and hell, they've even gone up from what they used to be. Used to be able to get them for like 180 bucks. I think now they're like 220. And I would not get the cheap ones. Don't get the Sylvania or whatever that cheap brand is, because they rattle and also they extend even farther. So definitely the laws are the nicest. I've seen some jicky ones on the other one. Do you grease your ARs? If so, what type? Yes, I do. You can do it one of two ways. Here's the way I did it for 100 years, and it never let me down. Go to Walmart and buy you a little tub of high temperature wheel bearing grease. It's red. You will never have a failure. I learned that, gosh, way back when I was super young, um, from an old diesel mechanic slash AR builder. And he's like, use wheel bearing grease. And you don't glob it on there, you just put it on there. Matter of fact, I still have my wheel bearing grease in the garage and I use it occasionally. But Rand CLP has a version, it's called hog grease, and it's in a little tube. And when I squirt it out, it's basically red wheel bearing grease, just a little thinner. But you can get a whole jug of that shit for like $3, and it contains petroleum, but you can get it for like $3, $4, and it will last you forever. But if you're just going to shoot really quickly, I've pulled my bolt out. I've put some Lucas, that Lucas Extreme on there. Never had an issue with it. If I'm going to do a bunch of shooting out like in dust or heat or whatever, I do like the thicker grease, but I don't coat it on there. No, I didn't start shooting with Wyatt Earp. I wish I would have. I probably would have learned even more. But you know, a lot of those guys were no joke back in the day, though. I did have something else here too. Let's see here. Nobody told me what the next trend was going to be, though, other than aluminum striker fire. Oh, this is something I want to talk about. I wrote it down. I'm glad I didn't forget. Okay, how many people for either a pistol or AR or PDW? How many people use drum mags? And it could be a D60, a D50, those cheap import drum mags. How many people use those? I really want to know. Bald, it's funny that you just have a whole bunch of that. Who's that for? Do you have friends coming over? Guy friends? It's funny you just have that on hand. But how many people use drum mags? I really want to know. Well, I know you don't, Bald. You can't use them there. Never use them. Only use box mags. I only use mags I can trust my life on. Here's where I'm going to go with this. The D60, the Magpul D60, and the Magpul D50, they work. They totally work. I have two of the D60s and I only have one of the D50s. And if you don't know the difference, the D60 is for 5.56 223. The D50 is for 308. So you have 50 rounds of 308, or you have 60 rounds of 5.56 or 223. Somebody said you can put 300 blackout in it. I tried it. I couldn't get it to run. And here's the thing about them. Okay, and I'm going to give you another version, which I think works better. The D50s and the D60s are a pain in the ass to load, and I can use a mag loader. I showed it on a video one time. I can use a mag loader, a specific one, to load, but it's slower. The D50 for the 308, I can't use a mag loader on it, so you have to sit there and pull it down, put one in, pull it down, put one in. And I am not joking. I put it up on the community tab, and people were like, "What the hell?" The D50 with 50 rounds of 308, that thing weighs almost 5 pounds. It's no joke. And it's bulky. It's big and round and bulky. So you put it in a bag or whatever. They're obnoxious to carry, even in a bag. They're horrible. Granted, you do have 50 rounds of 308, and in the D60, you've got 60 rounds of 5.56 or 223. And they do work, but they're a pain in the ass to load. They're heavy as hell. They're just bulky. They suck. Okay. I'm not saying function wise. I'm just saying realistically wise. Like if you were anchored down on a tripod and you snapped it in there and you were shooting hogs, hey, so be it. But to try to walk around and carry that thing, you've got a 5 or 6 or 7 pound rifle, 8 pound rifle. Now you're adding, or excuse me, on my 308, I've got one that's 6 pounds, a shorty, and then I've got a big boy that's 10 pounds. So basically now you have a 15-pound rifle. It's not fun to walk around with. And then if you sling it, you've got that big awkward drum that's tilting up off of you, and it's not good. So what I recommend, Magpul makes them, I think other companies make them, but they're the little couplers. So you take two mags, put them together, put the couplers between it, and you can just change between the mags. So if you're decent, it's this quick, boom, 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 push it out, snap it in, boom, 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 and you're right back in the fight. So those stack on top of each other. They're much easier to carry. They're still way lighter. They're easier to load because you can use a mag loader. my speed mag loader. But I'm not saying they're not good to have. But if you were stationary in one place, like booted up in your house, and you're just, yeah, throw that thing in there. But to carry it, to you know travel with it, it's obnoxious. It's a pain in the ass, and I do not recommend doing it. The only ones I would do are the mag pulls. I've tried those cheapos and shit like that. It's a waste of money. They suck. Don't buy them. Don't waste your money. But that's my opinion. Yeah, and the 22 round ones, they're cool for 22 LR. Yeah, I'm a big proponent of, and also a lot of people, and I have them, but a lot of people are like, why did you buy a 20 round mag? A lot of people don't realize if you're prone or something like that, a 30 round, it acts as it'll raise the rifle. You can't even get your bag under it, or it'll touch the ground. Not saying if you don't have a bipod, you can tripod basically, or use your mag as kind of a in the prone. I've done that before, but I use 20 rounders a lot when I'm shooting off a bench or in the prone or whatever. What's funny is I think I only have one, like out of all the mags I have, I've got tons of 20s and 30s and even 35. I have some 40s too, but I don't think I own one 10 round little box mag, and there's nothing wrong with them. I just don't own it, and I actually probably need some. But when you really get down to it, the 10 rounders are damn near sometimes way higher than 30 rounders. So I'm just like, I just hate that. Yeah, I really like a lot of 20 rounders. They're easy to carry. You can actually, I've even got one, Harry made it, and you can put a 20 rounder and you can actually carry it on your person. You can carry it concealed, like at your 12 o'clock or 3 o'clock, even inside your pants, the way that it's made. Or you can run it on a regular belt if you want. Matter of fact, in my truck, I even have them stationed in there where I can just pop them out of the mag loaders or the mag holders. And I've got a 20 and a 30 in there. Oh, there you go. 5 rounder. Yeah, I don't have any of the 5 or 10 rounders. I'm not saying they're bad. I just don't have any. I really do want some of the 10 rounders because you get in some awkward positions on benches and in the prone where, they could definitely be useful if you're just setting in a rifle or something. I wouldn't fight with them. And I know some states that's all you can have, but not in my state. But I was just going to ask y'all's opinion on that. I'm not a huge, and I have them, I own them, but I'm just not a huge drum mag guy. They're loaded and they're sitting in a tub, but it's like I only drag them out. I've shot them on video. I've tested them. I've done all that. But they're just heavy and bulky and just irritating. Take care, Dennis Buckner. Anybody have any other questions or any other comments or anything before we shut this down? It's 8:01. I don't really want to interfere with Chris's chat. But any other comments before we head out? I'll give it a couple of minutes and then I'm going to jump off. But just be prepared. We are going to be doing a giveaway for lock grips and brick arms. Again, if you want to use lock grips, if you just want to get something now, one of the pistol stands or grips or something like that, you can use my discount code for lock grips. It's BJGG10, all caps. And for break arms, you can go on their website and use the exact same BJGG10. They'll both save you 10% off of anything that you purchase, stands, whatever it might be. A lot of people have been buying these stands and stuff like that. They do have some other stuff that'll be coming down the road. As soon as it comes out, I'll let you know about it. But, I was kind of like, hey, you ought to make these in aluminum. And they did. So these are lighter than the brass. They're not super, they're heavier than the CZ stock ones, just so you know, because it's a palm swell. But they're not anything like the brass ones. So if you want something a little lighter, this could be the one for you. How do you feel about the Shadow System CR920? Shadow System actually makes a great pistol. They're located in Plano, Texas. They're probably about 30 minutes from me, so I always try to support Texas companies. I really, really like the way that they have their optic mounts set up. You can pretty much put any optic on it. You don't even need a plate, and it has a really low mount or really low co-witness, so you can use the stock sights that come on it. I think that's very, very appealing. Um, so if you want a Shadow Systems, I say get it. I mean, they sell ton of them at Texas Gun Experience. I have shot them. I shot. It was the Sure, it's like the Glock 19X. I can't remember if that's the 920 or not. I don't remember. It's the bigger grip with the 4-inch slide. I thought it was nice. I mean, for a Glock type clone, I put it this way: I would personally buy it over a Glock because if I bought a Glock, I'm going to trick it out like I have all my other Glocks, and I'm going to spend way more than what the Shadow Systems was that I could get it for. So, because if y'all seen my Glocks, they've got threaded barrels, comps, they've got all that shit on it, and triggers, the whole works. I will say the Shadow System trigger could be a little better, but it's not bad. It's way better than a stock Glock. But that's my opinion. But I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have a very blessed night. Kiss your loved ones, hug your loved ones, tell everybody you love them. Be safe out there. And if y'all have any questions or comments, leave it after the chat. And I will probably throw out a video soon about the giveaway. We'll probably do lock grips first. And I'll probably be giving away a set of grips and maybe some base plates, and a patch or something to a lucky subscriber. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. All I ask is you to go over to Lock Grips and to Break Arms and subscribe to them also on their newsletter. And, if y'all need anything, please let me know. But hopefully we can get this House and the Senate taken care of and it will be better. So, do you still like your C8? C8. I'm having a brain fart. What is my C8? Gregory, help me. What is my C8? I'm drawing a blank. C8. What is a C8? I'm probably just super tired, but I'm trying to think of what the hell is my C8. C8, C8, C8. I'm completely drawing a blank. Oh, I don't have a C8. No, Gregory, that's my buddy's C8, and yes, he still has it. Yeah, I was thinking C8 Vet, but I'm thinking C8 Gun for some reason. No, I know what a C8 Corvette is, but I was like, C8. Yes, he still has that Vet. That was not mine. In the video, I said, hey, here's a buddy of mine's new vehicle. Yes, he still likes it. So I appreciate y'all. Have a great night, everyone. Carry on. And remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation. So we all got to carry on. Take care.